He opens the door for you, remembers your favorite drink, texts you. Good morning tells you how special you are. And for a while it feels good, it feels right, it feels safe. But something deep inside you keeps whispering. Something doesn't feel right. It's not the words he says. It's what happens when you set a boundary. When you say no, when you speak up, that's when the smile tightens. The tone shifts. The coldness creeps in, and suddenly you're not so sure anymore. Here's the truth. Bad men don't always come with warning signs. They don't slam doors or yell on the first date. They don't show up in your life screaming chaos. No, they often come in quietly polished, charming, patient until they're not. This video is not about fear. It's about clarity. It's about seeing what's real underneath, what's comfortable. It's about learning to trust your gut and not feel guilty for walking away from what doesn't feel right. We're going to go through 7 subtle but powerful signs that show you exactly who someone is long before they get close enough to hurt you. These are not dramatic red flags. These are everyday moments, the kind you miss if you're not paying attention. But once you see them, you can't unsee them. The Stoics taught us not to control others, but to master our own boundaries. You don't need to be paranoid. You just need to be aware. You don't need to hate anyone. You just need to protect your peace. If you've ever felt like you're being too sensitive or second-guessed a strange feeling in your chest, this is for you. And if any part of this resonates, I want you to drop a comment that says, I've been there. Because you're not the only one and you're not crazy. You're just finally waking up to the truth that's been there all along. Let's walk through this together, quietly, clearly, one sign at a time. Sign 1, he's kind, but it feels like a transaction. You know the type. He shows up on time, opens the door for you, remembers your favorite drink, sends a little, just thinking of you, texts, maybe even surprises you with small, thoughtful gifts that make you smile and think, wow, he really sees me. And maybe he does, but not for the reason you hope, because not all kindness comes from a good place. Sometimes it's not about love, it's about control. Here's the thing. Real kindness is light. It feels warm, easy, no strings attached. You don't owe anything back. But when someone uses kindness as a tool, it's different. It starts feeling like a silent contract, like you're supposed to repay it, even if no one says it out loud. Maybe you've experienced this before. At first, it's sweet. He's always doing things for you without being asked, fixing something around the house, picking up your favorite snack, offering help before you even know you need it. But then something shifts. You say no one on time. You're busy. You politely decline help, and suddenly he gets distant, cold, less patient. There's a change in his tone, maybe a quiet sigh or a guilt-loaded comment like, I guess it's never enough with you, huh? You feel it, don't you, that invisible pressure building up. You start saying yes more often just to avoid the tension. You start thanking him for things that honestly you never asked for in the first place. That's not generosity. That's manipulation. It's not about you feeling cared for. It's about him feeling in control. I knew someone like this. Let's call him Dan. He lived next door. Seemed like the kindest guy you'd ever meet. The day we moved in, he brought over homemade cookies. Nice gesture. Right over the next few weeks, he offered to help with the yard. Lent me tools, even fixed our fence without being asked. At first we thought, wow, best neighbor ever. But when I didn't accept his help one day, things changed. He stopped waving, started making passive-aggressive comments, complained about how loud our kids were, or joked about how some people just aren't that neighborly. And that's when it clicked. His kindness wasn't free. It was a down payment. And now that I wasn't paying it back, he wanted out. See, people like Dan don't give to give. They give to own. And when they feel like they've invested in you, they expect a return. That's not love. That's a transaction you never agreed to. The Stoics warned us about this kind of charm. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. In other words, people can act nice, but their true nature will always bleed through, especially when you set a boundary. So here's the test. Say no, watch what happens. A good man will respect it. A bad man will punish you for it. Remember this, anyone can be nice when things are going their way, but true character shows when there's nothing to gain. If something feels off, trust that feeling. You don't owe anyone your energy, your space, or your peace. Just because they brought you flowers once, generosity doesn't keep score. The people meant for you will give freely and never make you feel small for needing space. The ones who don't, they'll keep a quiet little ledger and expect you to pay in guilt. Choose carefully, peace is.